So yesterday we discussed Yordenis Ugas' game plan how to beat Errol Spence Jr. Now we will discuss what Errol Spence Jr. should do and could do. Now Yordenis Ugas, we made it plain and simple. He had one direct way to win, one direct way to make it even look easy the way he won, was to make himself as small of a target as possible and quick counters. Errol Spence Jr., on the other hand, this is, of course, considering that his retina tear does not affect him. We are going by that he should be 100, right? He has several ways to win this fight. This is why Errol Spence Jr. is a sizable favorite. Some casinos have him anywhere between 4-1 to 6-1 favorite. And he deserves it. He is the better boxer in this fight. Errol Spence Jr., first game plan you can use is to make himself a small target. We've seen him do that before. Duck under Ugas' guard and stay on Ugas' chest and bombard Ugas on the inside. Land the right hook consistently to the body. He has a very consistent and heavy jab that just goes out there normally. He feints a lot and he lets the jab out between feints. You don't see the jab coming most of the times. It's kind of like a power jab. It's a very, very heavy and thunding jab. Errol Spence Jr. Has a very, very good body work. He destroyed Kell Brook with the body work. An orthodox fighter just like Yordenis Ugas. He can also fight him like how he fought Danny Garcia. In and out. Make it plain and simple. Keep the jab up high. Vary it from head to body. And jumping in and out. Danny Garcia couldn't let go of that left hook because every time Errol Spence would jump out, he would come when he jumps in. Even when he's about to throw a left hand, he pushes Garcia's left hand down consistently. He had his right hand on Garcia's left hand. Errol Spence Jr., very, very well-schooled fighter. Even his trainer said this. Errol Spence Jr. is not an athletic guy, but he's very well-schooled. He does all the basics very well and takes it to an extreme. He's a very talented fighter. Many people critique him for not fighting Terence Crawford because they think he's the only one at 147 that has a chance against Terence Crawford. Look, me personally, I don't believe anyone at 147 or 154 has a chance against Terence Crawford. In my opinion, maybe Sebastian Fundora has a chance against Terence Crawford just due to size. But at 147, even from 140 to 154, anyone below 154 does not have a chance against Crawford, in my opinion. The only outlier is the only guy with a chance would be Fundora, just because he's so goddamn big. But Errol Spence Jr., I think he's going to win this fight. Look, I was about to make a separate video for a game plan for Errol Spence, but it was straightforward. I don't have to break it down, go as deep in as I did the Ugas fight. I think Errol Spence Jr. is going to win this fight. I think he's going to win it 8 rounds to 4 rounds to 5 type fight. I think Ugas is going to start out very well. His speed is going to kind of shock Spence because watching him fight, you don't think he's very fast, but he's faster than Spence thinks. I think he's going to go out and win 2 or 3 rounds. And then Spence is going to start unleashing his damage. This is concerning we're going to get a full 100 healthy Spence. Spence, if he's 100% healthy, he wins this fight. If Spence is suffering from any damage from the retina tear, if Spence is still suffering damage from the accident that Danny Garcia honestly not really test, he's going to get knocked out. But healthy Spence wins this fight. If Spence is obviously not in this game, he's fighting an elite welterweight. He's fighting a top 3 fighter in the welterweight division. He'll get found out very quickly. Ugas could stop Spence because Ugas, he has a very good killer instinct. If you're hurt, he's going to go get it. He punished Manny Pacquiao late in that fight. So you know his power travels to the end of the fight. You know he has good stamina. He dropped Sean Porter in the last round of the fight. So he does not get tired. He's not known for getting tired, Yordenis Ugas. Errol Spence was kind of tired in the last 4 rounds against Danny Garcia. I said Errol Spence should win, but now I'm starting to convince myself that Yordenis Ugas has a better chance than me and several people are lining out to be. But Errol Spence Jr., as long as he wins 4 or 5 rounds, he's not going to lose this fight in Texas. So that's something to keep in mind. But if his retina tear, if he has any orbital damage, if we don't know what the underlying issues are from that car accident, don't forget the retina tear came after that car accident. Yordenis Ugas, could stop him. I would not be shocked at what happens in this fight. There's a lot of question marks regarding Errol Spence Jr., and he's going to have to answer all of them to beat Yordenis Ugas. Ugas coming off, many people think of the best win of his career. I still think his win over Sean Porter was the best win of his career. I know it's not official, but I don't care what anyone thinks. He dominated Sean Porter that night. I had him winning 116-111 by 5 points. That's a big victory. That's a dominant victory. Even Sean Porter on his podcast, he has 3 guys with him, Carson and Sean from Fight Hype. They tell it like it is. They tell him, we all thought you lost that Ugas fight. And I thought you guys beat him way more clearly than Spence. I had Spence winning 115, 112, 114, 113 type fight, but I could see Porter winning the Spence fight. I could not see Porter winning the Ugas fight. I could see Porter winning the Thurman fight. I could see Porter getting a draw against Brook. I cannot see him winning the Ugas fight. I'm not saying I scored it that way, but there are swing rounds you could have swung it that way to him. Against you guys, even if you scored every swing round towards Porter, you guys still wins 115-112. I'm not really sure what the judges saw in that fight that made them think that Porter won that fight. Because even when Porter was only his attacks, I don't remember off the top of my head, rounds 3 and 9, he was successful with his attacks. Even when he was, Ugas was always punching back and landing. Ugas was manhandling Sean Porter at times. So that's something to keep in mind. I think Ugas is going to be stronger than Errol Spence on fight night. Because Errol Spence and Sean Porter seem to be around the same strength. And Ugas was way stronger than Sean Porter. But Ugas has a huge weakness. He's very flat-footed. Very flat-footed. He had a fight against Amir Imam back in the day. He couldn't catch Amir Imam with anything early in the fight. Very flat-footed. And Errol Spence Jr., especially early in the fight, has very good footwork. Steps in and out. Maybe I'm reading this fight wrong. Maybe Ugas won't be winning the early rounds. But maybe Ugas shocks Spence with his speed early. Spence gets back in it in the middle of the rounds. And then Ugas pulls away in the end of the fight when Spence begins to tire. Because he did tire against Garcia at the end of the fight. He did not tire against Sean Porter. He actually was way fresher. I thought he picked up the last few rounds against Sean Porter in a row. I thought the first half of the fight was all Porter. The second half was all Spence. So maybe the Danny Garcia fight was underlier. Maybe Spence has better stamina than that, but I don't know. I saw him gassing out after round 8. And if he gasses out against Ugas in round 8, Ugas could pick up those rounds. Ugas' main skill, other than making himself a small target and very quick combinations, is that he hits you with his best shots with a very wide right hand when you're getting out of the pocket. When you're in the pocket fighting with him, when you step back, he has a looping right hand that was very successful against Manny Pacquiao. He landed 50% of his power shots against Manny Pacquiao, who's a southpaw, who I think is a bit more tighter defense, in my opinion. A very interesting fight. If I had to pick a winner, I'm going to pick Spence, but I would not be shocked if Ugas won this fight. It's a 55-45 type fight in Spence's favor. I'm very intrigued. I'm going to be buying the pay-per-view. And then on the undercard, I got Isaac Cruz knocking out Gamboa within 3 rounds. I got Butayev stopping Saturnionis. I butchered that name, I know. I'm going to get people that are going to attack me in the comment section, I know. But I got Butayev winning in rounds 8 or 9. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Who you guys going to think of that? Who you guys going to think? Who you guys think is going to win the Spence Ugas fight? I just got to apologize. I'm fasting. It's Ramadan. I haven't ate. Yeah, it's 7 p.m. right now and I haven't ate. So just forgive me. Haven't ate, drank coffee, none of that. Waiting for... We fast from dawn to dusk, so forgive me. But who you guys think is going to win? Spence Ugas Cruz versus Gamboa, and the Butaya fight. Let me know in the comment section below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Sadiq Boxing out.